Well, good evening, folks. It's Carol Ford here, and it is always such a pleasure to spend this time with you every month on our Ambassadors Monthly Huddle. Thank you so much for coming early. Many of you have been here for several minutes now. I appreciate that, and I also encourage those that have just come in to write down any questions or comments that you may have throughout this webinar in the questions box at the bottom of your control panel, so that anything that you want to have further information on or any comments you want to make that you'd like me to share with everyone here publicly, we will do that without mentioning your name, and I will allow some time at the end of the webinar so that we can be sure to cover those questions and comments with you. So feel free to go in there anytime throughout the webinar and post a comment or a question that you'd like me to cover. Okay, without further ado, let's move forward. Welcome to the Ambassadors Monthly Huddle. It's always so exciting at the end of the month to come together and share some things that are in the works, give you some updates on some items, some training, some recognition of those of you that have great achievements in the last month. So we're going to move forward and cover all of that kind of information here with you tonight. Let's have a look at what we will look at. We do have a report, a brief report from the Advisory Council, who has met with me once since you've nominated them in. We also will look at changes that are taking place with regards to a Facebook group and the monthly webinar. We're going to talk about some different trainings that are available. First Steps training for new ambassadors, the 21-day challenge that has been in place. We have individuals that are going to share with you what a difference that program has made in their lives and their business, as well as their personal lives. And then we're going to talk about how to increase your income. And so what are some of the ways that you can go even beyond what you have typically done with your Regal business in order to earn additional income. And then we're going to talk about a new website feature that you can do on your own personal Regal website. So that'll be exciting, a nice new tool for you to use. And then we're going to talk, of course, about those of you that have reached the achievements of April that are very worthy of being recognized here among your peers. And so let's move forward with each of these items. Advisory Council report. Well, there's not a whole lot to report because we did only meet the one time since you nominated the Advisory Council members, and that was pretty much a get acquainted meeting. And so we covered some very basic items, but there's really not a whole lot that is needing to be reported to you. But let me just say this. We had our first meeting on May the 11th. And as I said, it was primarily a get acquainted meeting among the members of the Advisory Council and myself. It was to elect a chair of council who would orchestrate things in between the meetings that they have with me, so that they can have their discussion times and know what they're going to be bringing forward to the corporate. They can also talk about, how to formulate who takes care of the emails that come in from you and all of those kind of details. So Wendy Franco was elected as the chair of the council. We have Debbie Reed, who was also elected as the council scribe, otherwise known on boards as the secretary. And so she will record all of the minutes of the meetings. And so she records the meetings of the Advisory Council when they meet outside of meeting with me, so that they have record of that and they've got something to go back on if they need to review something. So she does that, as well as writing down the minutes of our meetings together, so that we then again have that background information to go back on and see what it's all about. We also are doing the real board thing here and submitting minutes every time a meeting has been held. So those minutes are recorded by Debbie Reed, and then she submits them to me, and then we submit them to everybody if everything seems good to go. The board then, or the council rather, then has an opportunity to make changes to the minutes if they so feel that it's necessary in our next meeting. Okay, so that's how it's going to work, and that's a really professional but very efficient way to run things as well, to make sure that everything is kept track of and very clear, and something that we can always look back on if we need more details. The Council Corner is a column, if you will, an article in each of the monthly News and Views newsletters that go out to you at the beginning of each month. And so we will start that in June. They have a Council Corner. You're going to want to read that and see what they have there for you by way of information. We meet twice monthly, so if you have any questions or comments or anything that you would like the council to bring forward to me, your email address to reach them is regaladvisorycouncil@gmail.com, as you can see on your screen. Okay? All right, what about those changes that I mentioned earlier, changes in the Facebook group? Well, right now, as you know, we have the Regal Home and Gifts Facebook group, which is primarily for the general public and your customers who can go there and see us posting new products all the time, products from the catalog, not new, but new from the catalog that they may not have noticed in the catalog. And it's amazing how when we spotlight products like that, people notice it like they've never seen it before, and yet it's in the catalog. So it's a really great tool for you to go into Regal Home and Gifts Facebook page to see what marketing is posting in there by way of an image as well as description, and then you can copy those and put them into your own Facebook group so that you can have your Facebook friends also going to those products. Now you'll want to make sure that in the description that you give them your own personal URL, your personal website with Regal, so that they are going to yours to buy that particular product. So that's a great way for you to pique your Facebook friends. You can also use those same images and descriptions to pique your customers on email. Those that have email addresses, you can pique them like that once or twice a month. I would not do it any more frequently than that. Otherwise, people tend to want to unsubscribe because they're feeling like they're getting way too much email when they figure there's, you know, a few from you and a few from a lot of other people. So you'll want to make sure that you're keeping that to, I would say, a maximum of twice monthly. You're piquing them with a product like that. Okay, the Facebook group called Regal Ambassadors is where we as corporate will post items there, post some information and some documents and some recordings, and that's so that all of the ambassadors are kept equally informed. You can reply to our posts, but you're not able to put a post of your own. You can't initiate a post on that particular group page. However, on this one, you can, on the Regal chat, so facebook.com/groups/Regal chat, you can actually go on there and you can post a topic, something you want help with, something you're looking for comments from the other ambassadors. It's a really great sharing time, and I really congratulate all of you. We've come a long way since we first introduced these Facebook groups where we had to deal with some individuals that were, you know, negative or not necessarily posting things that benefit everyone. And so we've come a long way. We are really gearing our conversations in a professional way and a productive way to help one another. So thank you so much for that. And so that's a great group to be a part of, the Regal chat. Now, the Regal leaders, as you can see, I've crossed that one out. After much discussion with the leaders as well as other individuals on Facebook, by email, and by phone, we have come to the decision that we have basically built a culture of segregation by having the Regal leaders with their own Facebook group page like that, as well as their own webinar on every last Tuesday of the month. And so the feeling is that we don't need to have a separate one for our gold and above status levels, because they prefer to know that everybody is one big team. And so moving forward, we're no longer going to have the Regal Leaders Facebook group. We're going to be closing it after tonight, after this announcement of it. And we encourage you to be a part of the other Facebook group pages that I just mentioned, because they are very effective for your business. Likewise, with the Regal Leaders webinar that happens once a month, we are having it tomorrow night. It'll be our final one as gold and above leaders meeting on a monthly basis. Now we'll all come together on this one here on the last Monday of every month. So that was to give a feeling of, hey, we all need to be together as a team, and what I am training or anyone else is training the leaders, all of you can benefit from that. So why segregate for just the gold and above? Initially, it was the idea of, you know, it's a status kind of prestige to be able to be a part of something once you reach a certain level. But the culture of Regal is really about teamwork. And so we want to make sure everybody feels like we're part of the same team. All right. So moving forward, what is the #1 reason that we are told people give up on direct selling? The number one reason, when you look at the statistics, you look at the surveys that have been taken, it always boils down to this: lack of support. They felt like they didn't have enough support at the company they were with. And so at Regal, we really go way over and above that just providing some support. We provide a whole lot of support, as you know. And here's just a few things on the screen. First of all, you do get your own personal referral website, and that's the formula that we use for your URL, regal.ca, !AMB equals, and then your 7-digit ID number. So for those of you that are brand new, and we've got lots, I mean, the last month we have over 1,000 people that we've put into the system as new ambassadors. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We love to have you on board. So that is what your referral website is. And so once you know your ID number, you can go into that particular website, and it's your own, and give it to all of your customers and all of your potential customers, so that every time they are ordering, they're ordering from your website, and you are guaranteed to get commission on that order. Okay, morning drive training tips. This is just a little bit of fun for me, so I hope you're having fun with it as well. But I have quite the commute into the office, and so periodically I get a brainstorm or an idea on what I can share with you by way of a training tip or some added information to some of the programs we have, or anything like that that would be of benefit to all of you. And so I just tap my recording on my phone there that's on my dashboard, and I just start speaking to you. So if you haven't listened to any of those morning drives, they are located in the Regal Ambassadors Facebook group page under videos, and they're also on YouTube for those of you that are not on Facebook. So you can just do a search on YouTube and Regal Home and Gifts, and you should be able to see all of the videos that are already on there. And then we have Product Spotlight monthly email. So the middle of the month, marketing sends out an email to everyone, thousands and thousands of people who get this monthly email showing a particular product like I just described for the Facebook group page, or the Facebook page for Regal Home and Gifts. And so that again is your opportunity to forward that to all the people that you have in your database. And then we have the Facebook groups that I've just talked about. We've got monthly webinars like this one here, and any training webinars that we've got going on. We have our monthly news and views newsletter that comes out on the last Friday, or sorry, the first Friday of every month. And so that will be going to you on the 2nd of June by email. And then we have training programs, and those are particular programs that we put out periodically for a particular purpose. It's because we're aware of, you know, the need for certain training in an area or other. We put together a training program. We also have some packaged programs, such as the ones that I'm going to mention in the next couple of slides, that will happen on a regular basis. And then the steady flow of leads. We get people all the time contacting us wanting to place an order, wanting a catalog. And the first thing that customer service asks them is, how did you hear about Regal? We want to make sure that they have never been connected with either one of you. And once it is clear that they do not have anybody connected with them that is an ambassador with us, we then put them out to the individuals who are in their local area. So you may have received an email like that, where customer service is letting you know there is someone looking for an ambassador in your area, first come, first serve, so whoever contacts us gets the lead. I want to encourage you to be on the ball with that, like, quickly, because people do respond within seconds sometimes, but definitely within minutes. Okay, and then the dashboard, which is also known as back office, is another great tool that we have, and I'm going to show you one of the features in the dashboard tonight, but there's a lot of tools back there for you, so get familiar with your dashboard. So there is no reason why anyone should have to quit at Regal, because we have a whole lot of training, a whole lot of support, and a whole lot of information. We really believe in keeping everyone equally informed. All right, First Steps Training is a program that I introduced last month when we had all of those individuals that were coming on board. Felt the need to really step up the information for those individuals, In the past, you were getting a welcome email, and you still get that as a new ambassador, but it's important to know all of the initial things that are important to you as you get started with a Regal business. And we have many, many people who are coming on board now who were never with Regal. And so it's especially important to take them through a lot of the training that many of you already know because of your longevity with Regal. And so this First Steps training is something that was already offered. There were several people on there, and several others who missed it and said, when's the next one? And so I have recorded this, and it will be posted on YouTube and on Facebook under videos on the Regal Ambassadors Facebook group page. That will be posted there for you by Monday, June the 5th. And that's so that I'm not having these training all the time live. I just ran out of time. So I thought, let's record it and we'll post it. And then as new people come on board, that'll be part of their welcome email. It'll point them to the link for watching that First Steps training. And then, as you've heard many times, we are in the middle of a 21-day challenge program right now. In fact, we're at the end of it. Tomorrow is our last session. It's been a great time together. We have many of you that have expressed a big difference that this program has made in your business and in your life in general. So it is a 4-week program that instills habits, disciplines, and practices that bring about real results in your business. 4 weekly 1-hour webinar sessions is what you need to commit to. So it's weekly and it's done for 1 hour. So each week there's another part of teaching you the habits, the disciplines, and the practices that are going to get you to the levels that you want to get to. And then out of the ordinary practices are introduced too, things that you've never heard before, but I have coached and trained on it for many years and have seen the results. I know that they work, they've been proven, and so I'm introducing those, and people are seeing a difference with it as they're implementing it. Weekly assignments are also given. You know, you can't just attend a 1-hour webinar and feel good and then expect that your business is just going to take off because you attended. And so assignments are very important. And so we do have weekly assignments that apply that which you learn at each of the sessions. And then it helps you to move forward in a very strong way that as you create those as habits, you'll be able to make it part of your business ongoing. We also encourage accountability of having the right activities happening on a daily basis. So the accountability to have income producing activities, IPAs. And then the final session is this week for the current series. We will be offering it again because we've had several people asking about it. Now, this program cannot be just recorded and handed out because it does take a lot of interaction. There are assignments, there are things to hand in, there are people to talk to throughout the week. So this is more effective when it's done live. And so we will have another series starting, and I'll tell you on the next slide as to how you can get registered for that. Okay, so what are others saying? I have a number of individuals who are really excited about the difference that this has made in their business and in their lives, and they have offered to share here with you tonight so that you can hear right from them what the difference is. What is it they are excited about? And so let me just see here. The first one that I would like to introduce is Dolores Rome, and Dolores is a diamond ambassador. So there are people of all levels on this program. She is a diamond, and she's from Saint-Brieuc, Saskatchewan. That's my French that comes out on me there, Dolores. So let me just unmute you, Dolores, and you can share from your heart. Go ahead.
Hi, Carol. Good evening, everyone, and Regal Ambassadors. I understand some of you are new on these sessions, and I want to welcome you if you're joining for the first time or second, whatever. And let's say, first of all, I always enjoy when Carol comes on because she's so upbeat. Her voice is always so cheerful and uplifting, and how can you not want to join in on these webinars? So what challenge has done for me, it has certainly been a challenge. And I was very pleased when Carol asked me if I would share about the challenge. And I happen to like challenges, but you have to have time, of course, to commit to them. So I just don't know where to start because I'm just so excited, and I've been so busy with my grandchildren the last 4 or 5 days. So what I put together here was whatever came to me, I jotted it down wherever I was. So it might be jumbled up and mixed up, so I apologize for that. So, and what a journey it has been so far. And whenever I get the emails for the webinars, I thought, what is this all about? It sounds very intriguing. I sold Regal as a young girl and then kind of gave it up when I did my education. And I got involved again when I was teaching. We fundraised for a playground, and no one wanted to keep it going, so I took it over and kept it. And here I am today, many, many years later. So I was already branded in my community because I was known as the Regal lady already. So a lot of this is not that new to me because when I was teaching, we had sessions at our conventions where we had to do SMART goals. So that was not new to me. So that was related to our profession and our curriculum. So I was familiar already with a lot of this info. And this challenge has encouraged me and pushed me to increase my growth with Regal the business. And I certainly felt the fear because one of my fears was approaching people, doing the marketing of new customers and the follow-ups. I found that very difficult. So that has helped me a lot with getting that going again, kind of like a kick in the butt, as Carol would say. So do your contacting, your delivering, your follow-ups are very important. And I've always been a positive, proactive person, and much of the webinars make so much sense to me. And the circle of influence and concern, I've already put that to use. And that can be applied anywhere. And I am more aware of things now. And it does become easier. So practice, 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 and just do it, as Carol said. And people don't react how we think they might. A lot of times, I've had good reactions, positive, from people. And that gave me courage to continue. And it has been a challenge and sometimes overwhelming, but stick with it and accept the change because there's always good that comes out of change. And if we do the assignments, they're very important, and commit to it, it does become easier and more enjoyable. And one of the first things I did when the first issue came out was I sent an email to my customers that I had addresses for. And then I put in an updated newsletter in all my catalogs to make customers aware of the return policies, of your order dates, if you set order dates, the 30-day return, and the customer pays for the return shipping. They might read it in the newsletter, but it'll become more important if you make them more aware of that too. So that was one thing I did that I thought was very useful. And I have to tell you an incident. I've been giving catalogs out for a long time, and like Carol said, the 9-10 thing there about getting done one, a lady had been given a catalog for 5-6 years. I got an order from her here just recently after that length of time. So yeah, stick with it. And I found out most people read that newsletter that I did put out. So it got me kick-started again. I was getting a little bit sluggish. And change is good if we keep an open mind and positive attitude. Circle of influence, what good can come out of this change? Ask yourself that. And doing the 3 scripts I found was very helpful. Gave me more confidence. And do the asking permission thing. That works because it makes the interaction more about the customer. And you're not being a pushy salesman. And keep going back to the low-hanging fruits. Go back to the webinars. Try to watch the webinars as soon as you can after the night of the webinar. I found that very, very useful. And choose your words carefully, as Carol says. And I said already, do your follow-ups. People are very busy, and they forget, we forget, or misplace the catalog. And it lets them know that you are still around and active. Set your order dates. I never did that before. I've done that now, and that has made a difference. Advertise wherever you can in your community newsletters, posters, bulletin boards, all those things. And people do read these. because these webinars I always felt was pressuring before that, and not so much anymore because now I know how to contact properly and have items to show your customers and be excited about them, as Carol says. And I have ordered some of those sun hats and umbrellas as gifts for my family, and I took them with me when we went a couple of weekends ago, showed them to some friends, and one of them wanted to buy one right away, and I said, oh, I brought them for gifts for my family. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, she wants it right now, so I let her have it. I ordered another one for myself. So that's just about sums it up, I guess. I can say a lot more, but I don't have the time. So try to read the book, How Successful People Think, by John C. Maxwell. I found that helpful. And Carol already mentioned The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. That's another good book. And I'd like to be part of the solution, not the problem. And personally, I don't like confrontations and conflict. So for me, this is the circle I like to be in, circle of influence. And when I was teaching, people would ask, are these conventions really worth it? So I'm kind of relating teacher conventions to these seminars. And my answer was, if I learn only one thing, it's worth it. And of course, I'm learning way more than one thing from these webinars. So I've certainly been stretched, which has resulted in more Regal growth as well as personal growth. And like Carol says, don't give up, seek help, and think positive thoughts, and you will get positive results. Surround yourself with positive people and influences. And I'm always anxious to see what Carol has for us in the next webinars. How can there possibly be more? Okay, so thank you, everyone. I hope that gives you more encouragement to carry on and accept change and just go with it. Thanks, Carol.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dolores. I really appreciate you sharing. That was a lot of information, and I know that you've left a lot of meat there for people to ponder. So thank you so much for the very positive report on what the program has done for you, and a good overview of the various things that you've been applying and seeing a difference with. So thank you again for sharing. Okay, now let's see, we have Darlene. Okay, Darlene is on the phone, but I'm not seeing you on the list, Darlene, so I'm not able to unmute you. If you're able to unmute yourself and come on. I'm going to give you a chance to do that while I go on to another one. So Darlene, if you don't pipe in, then I will read the note that you left with me in case we weren't able to connect you. I also have Sabina Tenner, who is Platinum, and she's from the Toronto, Ontario. And Sabina had this to say. Carol asked me to provide some feedback of the 21-day challenge and what it has meant for me. Since I can't participate live in the webinar tonight, I've put together a few thoughts in writing, which Carol will read for me. I've looked over my notes from the 3 sessions and wholeheartedly appreciate what I've learned. Session 1, the most important lesson for me was to set SMART goals for myself, to have them that are realistic and to achieve those goals. And it's really good to put them down in writing and go back again and again to read them. Session 2, it's absolutely true not to waste time on clients that are not going to buy. For instance, the constant complainers. I let a few of them go, and it's now up to them to contact me. Also, I am a great believer in featuring products that I like. I agree 100% with Carol that one has to be genuine. I am an honest and trustworthy person, and the feedback I provide on products is real, not made up technobabble, as Carol refers to. My clients buy from me because they know me and they trust me. Excuse me. I also share feedback from products that clients bought and share with my clients via email. I do not do Facebook. About session 3, attrition really does happen all the time. People move, they change jobs, they retire, etc. So I've decided to contact lapsed clients from 2 years ago. One has come back. Perseverance is my mantra. I also reward clients for referrals. One has to be very creative and positive and celebrate every new client. I've now gotten the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey from the library as Carol was walking us through each of those 7 habits. Thank you for sharing that, Sabina. Okay, and we have Darlene Robertson, and I don't see her here, so let me just go through and read Darlene's comments about the program for her. Darlene Robertson is from Edmonton, Alberta, and she is a Gold Ambassador. She says, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Carol, for asking me to relate what I have gotten out of the 21-day challenge so far. It has truly been a pleasure to be a part of this program, with Carol being such a dynamic teacher and promoter. Was definitely having trouble with getting the catalogs out and following up, and follow-up reason was fear of rejection, and I have a hard time with getting a no. Also had trouble approaching potential new customers, giving out the catalogs and telling them that I would be calling them back for an order. Did always get their name and phone number. However, my feeling is that personal contact is more important as customers know who they are working with. Being sincere, excited, and knowledgeable, and following up with them. Have a tendency not to follow through and very passive with promoting the catalogs. Actually have been working much harder on this since Carol is teaching us to be passionate about our business, and of course the catalog is our very best tool, learning how to be consistent. Was allowing other parts of my life to interfere with what I expect from myself to build this wonderful business. We'll be putting a plan in place for each day and following through with it. I just cannot thank Carol enough for all the knowledge, help, and inspiration that you relate to all ambassadors to follow and put into place to build our businesses. So thank you for those comments, Darlene. And then we have Karina. Karina Pringle was not able to be with us, and so she left me this brief testimony. Karina is an ambassador who has just recently promoted to bronze through this program, and she lives in Harrowsmith, Ontario. I'm not sure if I can make it on the webinar because of the time it's at, but I am willing to share what this program has done for me. It has given me new marketing ideas. I'm in the process of making signs for my front yard from Vistaprint. I'm getting to know what interests my clients so we can grow from there. I put aside a certain amount of time each week to work on my Regal business. My husband is my accountability buddy. Through all of this, he pushes me to excel with what I'm doing. This program is amazing, and I wish it didn't have to end. There is so much I want to learn and keep growing my business. This program has so much to offer, and it's been a pleasure to be on the program. So Carol, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you have done for me with this program, and I'm hoping that you will be doing a continuing program after this one. Okay, so thank you, Karina Pringle. All right, so folks, that wasn't just so that you can hear the wonderful things that they're saying about me. It was nothing to do with that. It's all about the program. And so if it's something that you're interested in, the email address is on the screen there. You can email ambassadors@regal.ca. In the subject line, say 21-day challenge, and then in the body of the email, you just simply have to say, count me in, Carol, okay? And then I will get you the information as to when we're starting our next one. All right, let's move forward. Increasing your income. How can you increase your income? Now, this was mentioned actually. Dolores was touching on this with regards to the 3 steps. This is something that we do teach in that program, and it's just as simple as repeating those 3 things with every single person. So first you connect with them and you let them know that you are excited about the new catalog. You'd love to come and bring one to them. And we go through a whole lot more detail, but I'm not going to go through all of that in this here. It's just to simply introduce the concept of have the consistency of what you're going to do. What are the steps you're going to take? I recommend these 3 steps in the 21-day challenge. You connect with them first. What do you say? What do you do in that connection? Then you deliver the catalog, and then you follow up. Now, if you do neighborhood mail or personalized mail, we change that slightly, just as far as, you know, when do you connect with them? It's when the catalog's already been delivered. And so that's a 3-step process, and we go through the details of that. If anybody would like to have more details on that, you can become a part of the 21-day challenge, or feel free to just let me know that you'd like more information just on this specifically, and I'd be more than happy to share that with you. Okay, also in the news and views that's going going out for June the 2nd. You'll have an article in there, a short, I think it's 7 or 8 minute recording about the 8-week catalog cycle that I introduced in the program as well. And this is a cycle that is going to happen with every catalog. And what do you do in that 8 weeks? And so you do something the first 2 weeks, you do other things in the next 4 weeks, and then you do something else in the 2 final weeks of that particular catalog before the next one comes. All right, marketing for new customers. Here are just a few ideas on where you can find your new customers. And you know, it's so important for you to know that attrition does happen. And so, you know, as we read from one of the ladies that shared, attrition is real. As Sabina said, people will move, they retire, they don't have the discretionary money anymore. So it's important that you are bringing in new customers while you're also servicing your existing customers, because numbers will dwindle away and you'll have a very small database of customers if you're not bringing in new people. So where are you going to get those new people? Here are some ideas. Networking events. Find out what's happening in your community. What networking events or other community activities are happening where you can go and chat with people, get to know them, find out what they're doing, share what you do, pass a catalog along, make sure you've always got a handful of catalogs with you. So networking events are always a great way to meet new people. Customer referrals. You know, any of your customers who have been with you know that you service them well, so why would they not refer people to you? So it's as simple as asking the question, who else do you know that would appreciate having a beautiful catalog like this to browse through? Okay, and get their names and their phone numbers, call them, let them know that that particular customer referred them to you. Neighborhood mail or hand delivery, as we say, farming a community. Real estate agents do this really well if they're really on top of their game. And so what they do is they start in a community that they really want to gain new clients, and they start to peak them. And so that might be first a flyer, and then the next time they have another piece of marketing literature, but they're knocking on the door to talk to you at the same time. And then they do some more and some more, because we're told that you need to peak somebody 7 times before they finally respond if they don't know you at all, a cold market. And so you can even bring that closer to, you know, like lesser visits or lesser peaks when you've got such a beautiful catalog, because it speaks for itself. And so what is it that you want to do in a particular neighborhood? Do you want to put together a flyer that introduces the catalog is coming, and then, you know, when this is ramping up, that the catalog is almost here and you may be out of catalogs at the time, you send them to the website, visit the website, and our catalogs are due in another week or whatever it is at that point. You know, just whatever it is that you want to communicate to them, you want to have that piece so that you're knocking on the door. You know, anybody can drop things at the door in the mailbox or on the handle, but it really takes somebody of courage and somebody who's serious and committed to building their Regal business to actually knock on the door, introduce yourself, and let them know, you know, here's a beautiful catalog. I'd love to leave it with you for 3 days so you can browse through it. I like to keep my catalog circulating in the area, so shall I come back on Wednesday to pick that up and see if you have any questions? Okay, and so that's what you can do to farm an area. And once you've gotten a few customers from an area, you start in another area. So it doesn't have to be a big blitz. It doesn't even have to be the you know, the neighborhood mail. Just, you know, do whatever it is that fits in your schedule and your style. And so do the neighborhood mail if you prefer that. Canada Post takes care of all that for you, or go out and meet people. There's nothing like that first chance for you to introduce yourself and really show them how excited you are about the catalog and how you want to leave it with them to browse through. Okay, community events and trade shows, there are those happening, especially at this time of the year as we're going into the summer. There's a lot of summer festivities, and so that could be a great opportunity for you to have a table and some catalogs and some of your products on display, and just, you know, getting to know people in the community, giving them a catalog. I would not give a catalog without getting their information first. And so when I do events, we have a draw prize, and it doesn't have to be anything big, but have a draw prize that looks attractive, decorate it nicely, or whatever it is that you want to do to pretty it up, to make it attractive, and have a draw bowl. So they're filling out the ballot, and on the ballot you can have different things that they're checking off. They'd like to have a subsequent catalog when the new one comes out. They'd like more information about a particular product. They'd like to, whatever it is that they're interested in, okay? They'd like to open up their home so that you can present this to their friends. What is it that you're looking to gain from that event? And that's what you do on your ballot, things that they're checking off. Okay, so community events and trade shows are a great way to find your new customers. Online marketing, going to websites that are, places to hang out with other people who are entrepreneurs, who are working from home. There's lots of those that you can go to, and they usually have banners at the top of that website that you can actually advertise your business on. And so check those out. Facebook friends, if you're on Facebook, you've got friends that are already watching you. What a great way for you to pique them. And that in itself is a science. There's a science to it. There's a book called Facebook for Network Marketers, or is it for network marketing? Anyway, and it's Jim Lupkin is the author. So you may want to look that up. It gives you great tips on what to do and what not to do when you're marketing on Facebook, because you can get too heavy-handed, too frequent in your posting of Regal things that you turn off your Facebook friends. And so there's a right way and a not so right way to do that. Let me just say in real quick tip on that, do not peak them more than twice a week for Regal. The rest of the time, put some nice, interesting things, some funny things, some family pictures, all that kind of stuff, because it's a relationship social media site, okay? And so twice a week, you can do the peaking of a particular product, or, whatever it is you want to tell them about your Regal business, how it's going, or anything like that. The rest of the time, make it really light and social. Home parties, home parties have been around for as long as network marketing and direct sales have been here, and what a great way to say it once and have several people hear it at the same time, and you get several orders in that one night because you said one presentation to all of them. And then it can multiply beyond that, because individuals there can be given some kind of an incentive, some kind of award for booking a home party in their own home, and that opens you up to a whole new circle of customers. So make it fun, find some creative things to do. People still do go to parties, yes. There was a time where people were turned off. It's like we had just too many of them happening, and people got turned off. And I'm finding that now people are getting back to that. They love the social of it all. So find what works in your circle of friends and family, and ask if they would hold something like that so that you can introduce your Regal business to their circle of friends and family, okay? And so start out with one at your home. We have a good friend that had a very, very successful business in network marketing, and she started exactly with doing home parties every Monday night. She would invite whoever she talked to throughout the week to come to her place on Monday night, and that's what she did every week. And so that's something you can do, maybe not once a week, but on occasion or monthly, have a home party where you invite anybody that you met at any of these other things that we're looking at here, the networking events and the trade shows and so on, and invite them over to your home parties, and then you can branch out into their circle of friends and family. Fundraisers is another great way, and so if you want to do fundraisers with organizations right now, we don't have a program in place, but I will definitely be introducing one in time. I'm looking for more feedback from the advisory council and from yourselves on what worked, what didn't work in the fundraising in the previous Regal, so that we know how to move forward. But there will be a fundraising program. Now, if you have organizations already who are wanting you to do this, fundraising, don't wait for the program. Get them on it right now. Share your commission with them. You may lose some of the income right now, but it's going to boost you up in the next status level, which means you're going to get higher percentage next month. It could do a lot for your business when you implement the fundraiser. So if you need help with that, feel free to ask. And as you can see, et cetera, because the only limit is your imagination and your drive. How badly do you want to grow your database of customers? And how are you going to do that? What are you willing to implement as a new marketing venue for you? All right, and then as you can see in that little bubble there, if your life depended on your Regal business, would you be doing it any differently? Let's say that this was your livelihood. There was no other income coming in whatsoever. Would it change how you do your Regal business on a daily basis? Okay, another tool that we have is the recording library on the Facebook group, Regal Ambassadors Facebook group. In the video section, there's a whole lot of recorded videos there for you to watch and learn from. And those same videos are also on YouTube for the people that are not in Facebook. So as I said earlier, you can Google search Regal Home and Gifts and YouTube videos, and it'll take you to the Regal channel of videos. All right, new feature on website. It is called the Gift Registry. You may have noticed it there on your program, on your website, and wondered what it was. Perhaps you even clicked on it to see what it was doing. Well, it is now active, and so you can go to your website, you can log in, and you will see Gift Registry at the top. And when you click on that, you can actually open it up into your dashboard, as you can see here on this screen, and you can create a gift registry just as I have done as a sample. I set mine up as a bridal shower, making the assumption that Sally Smith has a bridal shower coming up, and so she has chosen some gifts, some item from the Regal catalog from on the website that she would love to receive as gifts at her bridal shower. And so that is one of the ways in which this can be used. So what you would want to do is when you get here, you're going to click on Add New, and then you're going to choose what type of gift registry you want to do. So here's the choices: wish list. So that could be a wish list for you or one of your customers. Baby shower, birthdays and anniversaries, and weddings. So you choose whichever one it is, whatever occasion it is. And then I chose birthday and anniversary for this example as we go through this. So I clicked on that right arrow and chose birthday or anniversary, and then I clicked on next. Then it gave me this general information screen. I started to enter all of the information that I needed to enter. So play around with this and you'll get familiar with it. So you just follow through. It's very, very user-friendly. And then once you have that, and I created the second one there, Jane's 50th birthday, as I was creating this example for you. So now I have two registries in this customer service dashboard. And so the 3 or 4 items that you can do once you already have the gift registry set up is you can manage the items that are in there. What are the products that are in there for that particular registry? You can share it with other people. You can edit what you've said in the registry, or you can even delete it when it's done. Okay, so let's look at edit. Here I did some editing of the message, and I could have done some editing of the other information as well. So you could do whatever editing and then save it. Now, to add product to your gift registry, if you go on your website, you're going to see any products that you go to. When it says add to basket, just below that, you'll see add to registry and add to compare. Okay, so what you do is click on add to registry, and if you have more than one registry, it will ask you which one you want to add that to. Isn't that easy? How exciting. What a tool. So here you go. Now, how are you going to send all of this out to the group? Let's say that it was a birthday party for Jane, okay, her 50th birthday, and you have the guest list of everybody that's coming. So you're going to do up a message here. It's going to be the sender is you, your name, your email address, and your message about the gifts that she has chosen or that you know she loves. And then recipient, so the person that's going to be the guest at the party, you're going to put their name and their email address. And then you're going to click on add recipient and add another and another and another, okay? And so once you've done the whole list of them, then you can finally do share gift registry. Click on that and all the emails there will be sent the notice of Jane's 50th birthday and what she wants as gifts. Okay, so how can you use this gift registry to increase your monthly sales? Special occasions for your customers and yourself. When there's special occasions coming, Christmas or their birthday or anniversaries, what a great way to let their spouse know what they want for Christmas. You know, I've been talking with Sally a lot, and I know that she really loves these items. Would you like me to send that to you by email so that you know what it is that she's looking forward to for Christmas or for your anniversary? Okay. You could use it as a fundraising. You can have just specific items that you want your organization to promote instead of giving them the whole wide website. Just zero in on products that the organizer of that organization has told you would be appealing to their membership. And so you could set it up for that. Wish list for yourself, wish list for your customers. They can get on there and do the gift registry too and put in their wish list so that they know, you know, when the money's there, this is what I want to get. So you can ask them periodically, what's on your wish list? Okay. All right. So then what else? Get familiar with this feature, play around with it. Think up some creative ideas on what else you can do with it, and share it with other ambassadors on Facebook or by phone, email. You know, find out how they would use the gift registry as well. I think it's going to be a powerful tool for you. Okay, our last but best part of all is the April recognition. I love this part. These are people who have worked really hard during the month of April and have achieved milestone accomplishments. And so let's have a look at that. April promotions. These are individuals who have promoted from one status level to another. And we have Kelly Hilton from Thunder Bay, Ontario. We have Marge McCasco from Edmonton, Alberta. Karina Pringle, that we just heard from, who was taking the 21-day challenge. She's from Harrismith, Ontario. And we have Cindy Sinclair from Innisfil, Ontario. So congratulations, ladies. You just gave yourselves a pay raise. Next month, you go up to the next percentage level. Congratulations. Okay, so what will it take you to promote to the next level? Well, you know what you are by way of status. Are you ambassador level, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond? And there's the qualifications of what you need to get to each one of those. And there's a percentage that you would be giving yourself a raise to. Okay, so what are you right now and where do you need to get in order to give yourself that pay raise? Okay, April top products. Last month I shared the top 10, but when I downloaded this top 10 for April, there were a whole lot of the egg rings because there's for every color. Egg rings are very, very popular. And so as you can see, there's a number of them on there. So I thought, well, it's not fair to just do 10 and we have a whole lot of egg rings. Let's give a good view of all the other things too. So you can see it there on your screen, and this is being recorded so that if you need to have a closer look at this, you can. It's also in the newsletter on June the 2nd. Okay, April top 10 achievers. These are 10 individuals who have reached the top sales among all the ambassadors. So let's celebrate with them. First of all, in the 10th position, we have Connie Bull, who is platinum, and she is from Alberta. Congratulations, Connie. We have number 9, Joanne Schmier. She's diamond from Alberta. Congratulations, Joanne. Number 8 is Wendy Franco. Wendy is diamond, and she's from Ontario. Congratulations, Wendy. Number 7 is Heather Jean McCollum, and Heather Jean is diamond. She lives in Ontario. Congratulations, Heather Jean. Number 6 is Carla Baudouin. Carla is diamond, and she is in British Columbia. Congratulations, Carla. Number 5 is Jennifer Carter. Jennifer is platinum, and she lives in Nova Scotia. Congratulations on being number 5, Jennifer. Number 4 is Cornelia Risselar, and she is the platinum level and lives in British Columbia. Congratulations, Cornelia, on reaching number 4. Now our top 3. Joanne McGowan. Joanne is gold status, so all of you thinking, oh, I could never be on there or not for a long time because I'm not platinum or diamond, look, we have a gold. You can be there. You could be on the top 10 no matter what status level you are. So congratulations, Joanne, on being number 3. Number 2 is Michelle Mathers from Saskatchewan, and Michelle is diamond level. Congratulations, Michelle. And our number 1 top achiever for April is, drum roll please, Number 1 is Luella Rhodes. Congratulations, Luella. Luella is Diamond and she lives in Saskatchewan. So Luella, your name is going to be on the plaque that we have in the office on the Wall of Fame. So all of you top achievers, all top 10 achievers will be on that wall listed for April, and Luella, you will have your name engraved on this beautiful plaque that we have with Fred and Howard's picture. So once again, congratulations, Luella. Okay, so folks, you know where we are. You know how to reach us. We are here as your partners. We want you to succeed. When you succeed, we succeed. So how can we best assist you? How can we best support you at this time? You have the contact information there. You've got our office hours, and we are here for you. I'm going to just have a quick look here. I have 6 minutes to 9, so I'm going to see if we have any questions that you would like to address tonight. Let's just see here. Lots of hello carols. Hello, everyone. Okay. During these webinars, my husband actually mutes my TV because he loves the sound of your voice. He says it's very uplifting and makes him feel great. Well, thank you so much, hubby. Okay, are we bringing back as seen on TV products? We are going to be very selective of what products we bring back, including the ones that are as seen on TV, because we don't want junk. That's one thing with the new Regal, is any products we bring in, whether it's the unique, typical looking Regal products or as seen on TV products, whatever it is, it has to be quality products. We do not want to have things come in that break before we even ship it out to you, or that you get and you're having to return it because it's not satisfactory to your customers. So I think you would agree that the products that we are putting out now are quality. And yes, we do have some returns because of, various reasons, but, in perspective of, how many orders go out on a daily basis, we have very few returns. And so we are focusing on quality. So that's a great question. Yes, we will continue to do as seen on TV products, but it will be only the quality ones. Okay, I did and would like to thank customer service for the referral. Okay, Karen, thank you. I appreciate that word for customer service, and that's when I was talking about the leads. Okay, will all the files from leaders be transferred to the ambassadors page? That is part of what we are going to be doing now that we're closing the Regal Leaders Facebook group page. We are going to ensure that each of them are already on Regal Ambassadors, but that could take quite some time. So if you're not on Regal Ambassadors, I'm asking those of you that hear my voice right now, go on to facebook.com/groups/Regal Ambassadors and ask to be accepted there, okay? And then you'll be one step ahead of us. You'll be in that group before we get through the list of the ones that are on Regal Leaders. Okay, can't hear what Dolores is saying. My apologies for that. Hopefully the recording will be better, and so you can hear her great testimony on the recording. Let me just see here. Is the webinar happening every month? Yes, it is. It happens on the last Monday of every month. Same link as got you here today will get you to that one. Once you register for one, it registers you for all the subsequent ones that are already scheduled. Okay. I missed the first part and I'm wondering if this is recorded. Yes, it is. And so you can listen to this. It typically is posted the next morning. So that would be on Facebook and on YouTube. Pastry bags have been requested by several of my clients. I have picked them up at Golda's Kitchen just to satisfy my customers, but it would be nice if they were in the book too. You're right. So then you can get commission. So could you please send that recommendation to customer service at regal.ca? Any recommendations, any suggestions, we love to hear from you, and we do take each one of them into serious consideration. So please do send that comment over to customer service. Okay, will you be bringing back personalized items? I have a customer asking about return labels as an example. We are looking at bringing in some of the personalized items for the back to school issue, so that we have labels and things like that. We are talking with various providers or vendors right now with regards to that. And we will continue to add other personalized items like you've had in the past, perhaps where it's even personalized as much as, you know, a handwriting on some of the Christmas items. It probably won't happen this year because we're finding out exactly what it takes to do that. And so, yes, we are looking to have printed personalized items, and possibly as soon as the fall issue. Okay. All right. So just wondering about the Astonish product. That's a really good question. It is an amazing product that takes out stains in your clothing. And so it's like a bar of soap that when you have a stain on your clothing, you can just rub that into it, and it's amazing. It takes out a lot of the stains, and so very much worth checking it out. Okay. All right. And I think that is it for tonight. So thank you so much, everyone. It's been great spending this time with you. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to email us at ambassadors@regal.ca. And if you want it to come to me specifically, put my name in the subject line and they will forward it to me. Thank you so much. Good night and God bless. Bye for now.